Hello and welcome to another weekly installment of the market commentary as brought to you by Trade with Precision and icecommentary.com. My name is Ryan Schofield. We're looking at the Russell Index future, having a look and see what trading we had this week. Okay, let's see what the week looked like. Well, it's been quite interesting. Previous week we had this nice little bearish rejection candlestick, and now this week we've had a bullish rejection candlestick. Okay, so it's all going on. The pretty much the meat of these two candlesticks is right in the middle of the range, and we're just spiking up, spiking down. That's starting to show signs of there is profit taking coming on, but there is still a bullish undertone in the market. So yeah, this is what we want. Pull back into moving averages, next move up. Okay, and that's pretty much, as a trend trader, that's what I'm looking for. Yes, we do have divergence starting to come in here on these indicators. It's not as strong as you'd like, but it is definitely starting to diverge as you pull up to the upside. So this weekly chart is still looking like it wants to continue up. Okay. And let's look at the monthly now just to see exactly what we're doing. April's candlestick still looks to be indecisive. We just got this, we've poked up above the all-time high of 850, and we rejected it, and we've been pretty much trading within the range. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. I wouldn't be surprised if we close like that. Okay, I'm putting my neck out there by saying so, but I wouldn't be surprised because yeah, it's been. Back in 07 we had the high at 850. Now we're there again, and there's going to be a whole lot of psychology going on there. So, the trading, people taking profit, people speculating. There's going to be a lot of volatility. So it'll be just interesting to see how April goes. Now that 850 level, have a look at it on the daily. Now see exactly what happened there. We didn't have any form of real strong close above this level. So as soon as we poked our head through it intraday, we were pushed straight back down. Okay, and that's just showing to me that yes, that 850 level is quite a key spot. Now, what we say, we were pretty much here last week, and we've had a nice deep pullback down to the middle of this accumulation area here. Okay, we've got some good accumulation going on. This is pretty much bang in the middle, and now we're starting to show signs of bullishness and looking like we want to continue. As a trader, what I'm interested in, yeah, I'm a trend trader, so therefore I'm anticipating a breakout through these prior highs. But I know that there's a lot of psychology going on here. The 850 level, these topping tails up here. So I'm interested to see if price gets back up to this level, and what do we do? Do we roll over or do we break through it? So I'm keeping an eye on that. We don't normally do this, but I thought it would be quite interesting just to keep look at the lower time frames this week, because there's some interesting information from it. Looking at this 4-hour chart, you can see how we came down. We were making some nice lower lows, and all of a sudden we broke it on Thursday. Pull back and then bang. Now, for those of you who like to trade charts, there's a beautiful example of a head and shoulders bottom. In that accumulation area on the daily chart. I usually use the 60-minute chart, and I was just watching this and taking some beautiful short opportunities, just bang bang all the way down, just shorting every time it came into this overhead resistance and equilibrium in these moving averages. There was a selling opportunity until Thursday. What happened? Well, we closed really high, and we really started to show signs of this rolling over right there. Friday midday, what happened? We were chopping all the way through, and all of a sudden get through all the news, and then bang, all of a sudden we make this really, really, really nice higher high. Okay, it's a really strong higher high. So what am I looking for the week? Well, I'm watching to see if this baby pulls back into these moving averages for the next move up. Okay, that's exactly what I'm looking for. I'm a trend trader. Okay, head and shoulders bottom reversal, showing signs that we want to go up. Daily charts looking the same, so definitely I'm looking for opportunity to join this trend to the upside. Let's have a quick look and see what the other index markets are looking like. The Dows looked quite similar to the Russell. Let's have a look at this daily chart. It's quite similar in that we've broken out to a new high, 1400. We can't really seem to break up above it, pull back into this moving average, which is the same in the middle of this range of this accumulation area back here. So it's looking very, very similar. What I want to point out is the fact that the S&P, however, we have not broken out to a new high. Generally, you'll find that the Dow and the S&P follow suit. They look the same. They trade the same. And right now, we've got a little bit of divergence between the Dow and the S&P. Okay, generally, one will follow the other, generally speaking. Okay, it doesn't always happen, and that gives us some interesting clues as to what's going on in the markets when that doesn't occur. And you can see here, really, really thin trade, very messy little candlesticks, a lot of indecision up here. So I wouldn't be surprised if the S&P battles to get up above these prior levels here. It wouldn't surprise me based on this indecision up here. Okay, so I'm keeping an eye on just to see if the market gets up there and what happens. The NAS, wow, this fella has just really continued to look like it wants to continue down. Okay, this week we've just trended down, and now we're starting to find some levels down here where there's a bit of support. Okay, we have had some of the big major companies in this index have some pretty poor results. Like Google didn't come up with very good results, and as a result, we just really haven't shown much strength here. But you can see how different the NAS looks to the rest. Okay, certainly no breakouts. We just continue making lower highs. It'll be interesting to see here, because this really does look like we may be forming a new higher low. So if we can break out through this little consolidation range, let me clear this up. If we can break out through this little accumulation area, if it is accumulation area and break up, if it's distribution, yeah, we most likely break down. So it'll be good to see exactly what happens. And if that happens and we break out through that high, then this daily chart is starting to uptrend. I'll be interested then. I'll be definitely interested to the upside if we can clear out through that high, which means that will be a new higher low. Okay, so I'm keeping my eyes on this market. So what does that mean for me for the week? Well, like I've already said on the Russell futures, I am still a bull, as I've been for quite some time. I'm keeping my eye on the 850 level. Intraday, looking at that 1 hour chart, just looking for pullbacks into moving averages to see if we get up to this level. That's what I'm watching, just to see exactly what happens. I don't know, I can't predict what the market's going to do. I can just read into it based on what chart and what the price is telling me. Okay, but right now it's telling me it still wants to continue up. I know there's some caution in these areas, so I'll be approaching that with caution. I'll just be making sure if we get in here, I'm watching my charts, watching my markets, just to see that it, I don't get stopped out or volatility come in and ruin my play. All right, folks. So this market, I reckon, is still got set to continue up. I don't know for sure, but the pointers are there that it looks like it wants to continue, and it'll be interesting to see exactly how this week's candlestick really forms. Considering, like I said, we've got a bearish candlestick, we've got a bullish reversal candlestick. We just need to really start to clear up through these highs and get some direction going here. Alright, folks, I hope you have a great trading week. Keep it safe out there, and I look forward to speaking with you next week. Cheers for now. Bye.